Here's the promised update on the piece we aired regarding the Rift House Youth Project. Two things. As of this taping, there still has been no response whatsoever from anyone involved with the management of the project. Then, a few days after our report aired, we were contacted by a lady who had volunteered for 2 years at Rifty. This experienced volunteer subsequently left because she was anxious about some of the operational practices and her concerns being unanswered, but since there were counsellors involved, there seemed to be no way to take the matter further. Once she saw our report, this lady was so determined to try and get better systems in place for the Rifty kids, she was prepared to waive her anonymity. We actually tried to persuade her not to appear on camera. It's okay for the likes of us to put up with the abuse and trolls, as we don't care. But if you're not used to it, it can be daunting. Weighing up the pros and cons, this brave lady still wanted to do what's best for the kids and have her say. The interview was shot in one take. However, you may notice frequent cuts. This lady is not used to doing this, so we edited out some of the pieces at the beginning until, as we say, she found her voice and got used to being on camera. We also edited out statements that we felt was hearsay. So this is not scripted, but these are the experiences of one brave volunteer. We hope that her courage in coming forward will bring about a positive change for the kids at the Rifty Youth Project.
I contacted you regarding the Rifty Youth Project, and the information that I might be able to give you might help in understanding what is happening at the project. I was a volunteer with Families Matter, a dyspraxia support group, and I've also volunteered at Marie Curie, and I was also on the PTA at Rosmere Primary School. I was volunteering at the Rifty Youth Project for about 2 years. I think I started volunteering around September 2014, and then I left about April 2017. Yeah, it was just over 2 years. I expected to be DBS checked this time because it's obviously a different organisation. I've been DBS checked before, and it's always come back clear. To my knowledge, none of the volunteers were DBS checked. There was quite a few of us were asking for them, and we were told, because we'd volunteered, a lot of us had volunteered at other organisations, they would cover us, which I know to be incorrect. You've got to have a DBS check for everywhere you volunteer. The summer play scheme, there was one incident that I can recall. There was an activity booked for the children, and miscommunication, it was sent to a different place. My husband was also a volunteer at the project. He's profoundly deaf. He was sent with the children to this other area where the activity was taking place on his own, which shouldn't have happened, because if there'd been an incident with the children, he had no way of communication by phone. And he was also not DBS checked for the project. Other organisations I've been involved with are very open about where money is going to, going out, coming in. We were also asked what we would like to see the money spent on, and this didn't happen at the project, the Rifty project. To my knowledge, there was only 3 main people that were deciding what was happening, what wasn't happening. It was Stephen Akers-Belcher, Christopher Akers-Belcher and Linda Harvey. They should form a better committee, and all the volunteers should be aware of what money's coming into the project and what's going out. They all should be given a say in what they would like to see happening for the children. We were asking for things for the children, like equipment or arts and crafts, and we were always just told there's no funding. On the Tuesday and the Friday evenings, there was anywhere between 40 to 60 children. But the summer clubs, I'd say about 20. There was not many turned up for them. And there wasn't a lot of activities really for them to do at the summer club. Mr. Coppinger, Barry Coppinger, he was supposed to give some money to the project this particular summer. I don't know where that money went, because the children were basically coming in, and there was like, oh, there's art and crap. It was all scrap. There was just nothing really you could make anything with. Sometimes Stephen's niece would come in and do things with them, but very rare. The food they got was nothing really. I mean, they had a rugby team come in, but I don't know if they were paid from Newcastle, the Falcons. They come in, I think it was every Monday. And I remember we once had a climbing wall. And then the kids went to Flamingo Land, but that was badly run. The kids were doing a litter pick, a sponsored litter pick, to raise money to go to this trip. We got to this trip, we got to Flamingo Land at 11. Then we were told, come back to a meeting point for your dinners. So I traipsed all the kids back to this meeting point. Where are they? They weren't there. So I had to go looking for them to get some food for the children. And then we all had to meet back at 4 o'clock. And I thought, well, why couldn't we have stayed to closing time? We could have been here for opening and closing time. He had to get back, he had a function to attend. I thought, well, why didn't you arrange another day to go to Flamingo Land? Give the children the money's worth. They've worked with that money. They've done a sponsor. They should be given more time on this trip. He was always putting his own needs first before the children. He'd have like functions for dignitaries and things, and he'd cancel maybe the youth club that night, or he'd close the big room and like to put the partition thing up. So we had a little room, that was it, for a lot of kids to play in. And then sometimes if he had other events on, instead of saying to the volunteers, well, are you going to come tonight, and work out how many volunteers we would roughly need, he just closed the youth. I don't really think it is helping the community. I think they need to get out there and ask the community what they would like from the project, what they can do to make things better. I think the bell just needed someone else to take over. They just take a background. I just don't know where this money's gone to.
So there you have it, an inside view of what's going on at the Rift House Youth Project. If Stephen Ackers-Belcher does not want to respond directly to us, fine. But surely he then owes all the donors, volunteers, residents and children who support the project the courtesy of transparency into the way the project is run and its relationship with My Cafe. Tell us what you think, or better still, send him an email requesting answers. His address is at the foot of this video. As ever, we will keep you informed if there's any developments on this story.